leave St. Bees as a boy, but you finish as a man.
Morning. Day 7. It was a cold night last night. Made it to Danby Whisk. Pitched up outside a pub called the White Swan. £6.50. Pitched my tent in their garden. Nice little sign outside saying 60 miles to go. So that was reassuring. Yesterday was tough. From getting to Richmond from Reeth. It was an easy walk, but I just wasn't feeling it. Didn't have any food in my stomach. Then Richmond, a massive plate of food. You would have seen me with a pint of Coke, and then ploughed on to Danby Whisk. I stopped for like 20 minutes because it was about a 4-hour walk, 13 miles. Got in about 7 last night. It's now about 7 in the morning. So Richmond was the end of the Yorkshire Dales, pretty much. Signified the end of the Yorkshire Dales, and now I'm going to get to the edge of the Yorkshire Moors, hopefully by lunchtime, and stop at somewhere called Ingleby. Hopefully have a bit of lunch, be there by sort of 12:01, and then plough on into the moors. I feel alright today. I didn't sleep very well at all. My thermarest need to get their shit together because I've used this sleeping mat 6 times or 7 times in terms of number of nights, and it's definitely got a slight puncture. I'll bring you out again when it's got all my shit packed in. And had a coffee. I like that shit. Top tip: boot, coffee, boot, coffee, boot, coffee holder. 60 miles to go. Come on. That was a nice little pub, that one. Yeah, good little pub, that one. Had a nice snooze and a plate full of food last night. It's chilly this morning, very cold. Very, very cold. Surprisingly so. But it'll warm up because it's a nice day. Good lad. He saw me in vlog mode, so probably thought I was a bit of a mentalist. I think he's right behind me. Who cares? Got a blister on my foot, which I patched up this morning. It started yesterday, and it's a bit sore, but I think once I get moving, it's cold, man, proper cold. It's gonna be boiling in about an hour, and when I get moving. Anyway, catch you in a bit. Ingleby. Every destination is like the next deadline. It kind of spurs me on to get to the next town because it means I can get a bit of food and some coffee. Catch you in a bit. Yeah, so it looks like Ingleby. Look how nice it is. It's not as warm as it looks. Stop talking about the temperature. Looks like Ingleby Arncliffe is like the gateway to the North Yorkshire moors. So if I can get to there's a pub there, have a bit of lunch for lunchtime. And there's a bit of a climb after that into the moors. And then just crack on into the moors and get as deep as I can, because I think tomorrow's going to be... Hiya, how you doing? I think there's some cycling world championships coming up soon. So people are just getting in training, obviously, because everyone's a world champ. So yeah, if I can get deep into the York Moors tonight, sleep somewhere there, because tomorrow's going to piss it down all day. Tomorrow's the penultimate day, depending on how many miles we do. Potentially only 3 more days. I should be enjoying the moment more, but I just want to finish now. Big boy, ah. Lols. Ray House. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
amazing. Yeah, boy. Come on. The joiner's shop. That was a decent feed. I feel revitalised. My feet were struggling for that last mile. Now I've had coffee and a bubble and squeak and a soup. I'm good to go. I didn't go to that shithole. Blue actually meant to be quite nice. The drinker in me was telling me to go in there, but then I think it's a bit too early for that. I'd love to get to the Lion Inn pub, then I would definitely have a few pints, because that's another 15-20 miles away. I think that's a bit 20 miles away. I think that's a bit ambitious for one day, so I'm going to crack on uphill 250-300 meters up. It's a bit up and down, I think, but yeah, let's do this. My feet, as I said, they were struggling before then, but I feel good again now. Vaseline them up and change my socks. I think it was maybe my socks were pretty dirty, so hopefully that'll help. Put some cleanish ones on, which I rinsed in the shower this morning at the White Swan pub. What's going to get me through today? Radio 5 Live. Does anyone listen to that? Put it in the comments if you do, because it's Saturday and it's football day. It's windy. I don't know if you can hear me. It's football day today, so I'm just going to stick my radio on and just walk over some hills. There's something happening. It's really annoying when you think you're filming, but actually you're not. So yeah, those guys are just felling trees. Nothing to see there really. It's quite cool to watch. I kind of sprinted past. I've still got some sprint in my legs somehow. I'll bring you back at the top. Baller, baller, baller. All of the pheasants. All of them. Alright lads, chill out. It's lovely up here. Just glad for the weather. I believe tomorrow is going to be a show. A shit show, that's the one, in terms of the weather. So we'll see how we get on. Look at this stuff. It's very sweet of someone to put these stones down. So yeah, the path's been fairly easy going up that, about 300 metres high. Why do I keep quoting metres? No one gets it. So Ben Nevis is about 1400 metres by way of comparison, if that helps. Ben Nevis being the tallest mountain/hill in the UK. But yeah, we're here. I think we're making good track. 20 miles, one course, going to somewhere called, I can't remember, but there's a campsite. It's 10 miles out of Ingleby Cross. I'll bring you back soon. It's not bad. What's going on, team? Today was a big day. Did quite a bit. There's just some of the hills up and down on jagged stones, just up down. So it was intense, and subsequently my blister was playing up. I've got on the bottom of my foot, but I found a spot. I think we're roughly around Claybank Top. Then tomorrow, two more days. Then we're on to Rosemont tomorrow, and then I think that's probably totally the wrong name. So I think tomorrow's another 22 miler, and then after that it's Robin Hood's Bay, and I think that's only like 16 miles from there. So yeah, all good. There was a biker festival going on down in the town, down by a camping spot and I think they're only taking bookings. So I decided to come up on the tops instead, or part way on the tops. But yeah, let me show you. I'm not really showing my kit much. This is where I've got. That's where I'm headed up to tomorrow. That's where I came from. Nice view. Little cotch spot. I'm not taking you through my equipment, but I've got this Thermarest sleeping mat. That's not changed. My rucksack's this has changed. My rucksack hasn't changed. My tent's changed. MSR Hubba NX. Just lightweight for this trip. It's held up really well so far. Really condensation-y last night though. Got the Thermarest X Lite. This is a pile of. It's got a slow puncture, so I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night on this and then have to. Anyway, Trekology pillow. Who hasn't got one of those? Sea to Summit ripoff. And then I've got a Rab. It's a Goose Down Rab Neutrino. It's the XL version because obviously I'm massive. So yeah, and then also I've got the map. That's key. So yeah, I've got a few other things. I'm going to go through my kit at the end of the trip. But yeah, 2 more days. Super excited. I'll pick this up a bit later. Morning. Day number 8. I had to think then. Second last day. It's going to be a big one. I've got to get to Grossmont, 26 miles, 24 miles. And then the line in pub is about 11 miles from here. So it's a walk through the moors on just a coffee, which I'm having now. Running out of water as well. I've got that much water left to get me through 11 miles. Actually, that's full. So it ain't bad. That's not bad. I'll get there on no breakfast. I'll get there, and then basically that pub means food, and then after that it's a slog on to Grossmont. Get there, it's happy days. I may even stop in Glaisdale, which is the village before Grossmont. It's about 3 miles in front of Grossmont. It might just see how we go, because then from either of those places I can get to Robin Hood's Bay tomorrow. Some utes walked past my tent last night when it was dark. So I don't know whether they were doing it in the dark. That would be pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to get this wet and warm down my face and then crack on. It's about 7:30, so not super early, but good amount of time, 3 or 4 hours to get to the line-in, depending on terrain, which I think should be okay. Probably going to be a bit up and down, but should be okay. I'm feeling good. I didn't sleep that well last night at all. Just the wind on top of the moors here, so it's a bit windy. So I just felt gross. Just need a shower. Wind. I think it's okay to moan after this long. It's all good fun. We'll get there. We will get there. And I saw the Irish Sea yesterday from the top of the moors, from a place called Loudstones, something like that. I could see my first glimpse of the Irish Sea, which is where I'm headed. The North Sea, which is where I'm headed. So that was pretty cool to see the end destination. Anyway, peace out. We'll see you in a bit. Run out of water, and it's a 2-hour walk to the pub in the middle of the moors. Pub doesn't open until 12, but the good thing is I won't be there by then, because it can take me longer. So, or it'll just be opening. There's no water source around here, so I can't use my filter as far as I'm aware. I've not had breakfast. Don't try this at home, kids. Lols. I feel a bit dizzy actually. Now I'm on the disused railway track, so on the plus side, the path is nice and flat. But this blister's giving me shit. much as you know. Okay, I've got to check out this signage. I'll bring you back at the pub when I've got a belly full of food, hopefully. Pretty cool. Stopped at the Lion Inn. That was awesome. Pint of Coke, 2 glasses of water, burger and chips with some salad, bag of peanuts, second bag of peanuts for the journey, and filled up my water bottles, so that was successful. So I'm on to Glaisdale now. I'm going to stop in Glaisdale. I was going to try and get to Grossmont, so I had an easy day tomorrow, but fuck that. So I booked a B&B in Glaisdale. Let's try that one again. I booked a B&B in Glaisdale and looking forward to getting there. So it's about a 4-hour walk, about 10 miles maybe. I can do that on a plate full of food. Come on, man. Day 8, man. Why am I saying man? It's day 8, baby. Baby sounds better. Day 9 tomorrow. Let's do this. I'll get chatting to some really nice Australian women who are from Perth and who asked to share my table because the pub was getting busy. I think I got there as it opened. I said it opened at 12, but actually it was pretty few people in there already. Anyway, and they were doing it over a few days and just really chatty and nice to talk to people after such a long walk this morning, so I get their perspective. Actually, I walked past them and I did not want to ask them for water earlier, and they said you should have asked us. We had like 3 litres each on us because they had these vans that were carrying their luggage and stuff, so they could pack loads of water. So anyway, nice people. Onwards and upwards. Uh-oh. Standoff central. I don't want any hassle, boys. Just want to get through, yeah? Oh, one's gone. Oh, he's followed him. He's choked. Choked. Cheers, boys. Oh, hello. Change of attire. Even the... Oh, you can't see it. Even the... Nah. Even the... There you go. Now you got it. So apparently I'm an hour's walk from Glaisdale. And it's on this stuff. And I've got a hot shower waiting for me. This has been I'm not going to say it, but it's been an easy-ish afternoon so far. I'll probably get into Glaisdale for 4:30 now. Some of the evenings a few days ago I was walking till 9 o'clock at night, and they're 11-hour days. This would have been a 7-hour day walking. And I started at 8, finished at 5. A bit longer, but fantastic to finish early. It means I've got a bit of a long day tomorrow, 20 miles, which I didn't want to have, but I wanted to get to Grossmont, but the accommodation was sparing and I just need some in. So Glaisdale's the village before, so that will help. The blisters seem to have gone away. The rain started, hence the change of clothing. The rain stopped now, so forecast was a lot worse from about midday, but actually we're okay. It's actually got better, so yeah, hopefully this should be alright. Let's see how we do, and then look at the pineapple, and then we'll see what we've got tomorrow. I think there's a couple of steep ones tomorrow. I'm going to try and start off super early, but then the B&B will have a breakfast, so maybe I won't. We'll see. They're going to all get drunk. Like me later on. TV, window with a view-ish. I mean, it's not the Ritz, but, you know, when you've been walking, sleeping outdoors, this makes me super happy. bit of a bathroom, bit of a shower. It's alright. I mean, the light doesn't work. Who cares? Right, so quick update on this. I think last time I left you I was in Kirkby Stephen, waiting to head up to the 9 standards. Now, the 9 standards, as you'll see from the video footage, just destroyed my map. Just none of these pages actually reopen without tearing because it rained so much. So I'll take you up from the 9 standards. Took this one here, which was the August to November route. Now this was so boggy. I thought there wasn't a huge amount of bog going up to the 9 standards, but then because the weather was raining all day, so fell over, bent my pole as mentioned, lols. Straight down into here, through here, up through Swaledale. I spectacularly messed up, so just on this bridge, we meant to turn left, I actually took a right and went back on myself. And then actually went about 3 miles as far back as here. Nightmare. Came down this one, followed the river Swale, I believe. Down here, and I remember feeling pretty wet at this point. And then coming across down here, keep going, following the river Swale. There are some stunning camping spots along here. In here, just through Swaledale. And then I route 1'd it through this one, so just follow this one here. Straight through into Reeth. Reeth is where I stayed. I stayed in this campsite in Reeth. That was on day 6. From Reeth, I took this route all the way here, through here. Starting day 6 now. Through Marrick. This is all kind of farmer fields type stuff. This book is knackered. There's another town. Here to Mask, through there. They were all kind of, I think there's an honesty box around Mask which really helped me out. Down through there, through this wooded section, through East Apple, Garth, through here, and then to Richmond. That was a long old slog. I got some nice lunch at Richmond, didn't hang around for too long, but just rested my feet. Ploughed on through Brompton on Swale. That was interesting, crossing the A1 motorway. Then following the river. Through Bolton on Swale, all farmers' fields again. Through there. Onto here. This one, then on to Danby Whisk. Yeah, so starting day 7, took off from Danby Whisk. Freezing night actually in Danby Whisk. It's again farmers' fields to start with. Just a lot of it was flat. It was a fairly easy day. Then it got onto the top, so more farmers' fields, and then at Ingleby Cross. Yeah, and then it was all just uphill slog stuff, up these hills, up onto these ones. There's some like grouse farms and stuff around here. Quite cool. Up onto these ones, and it's just helter-skelter stuff. So it's just up and down. Plan to stay there. There's a motorbike bike festival going on there, but I actually couldn't really get in unless I booked, and it was just too busy. Didn't fancy it. So I just ploughed on through, and I slept in some farmers' fields around here. Don't think they would have minded. That was night 7, so day 8, that was today, so carried on. This was just proper up and down all day. I followed this is just a long, by this point you're 400 metres up, just long, straight, meandering stuff, trying to get to the pub in the middle of the nowhere, in the middle of the North Yorkshire moors. The line in, this was my saviour, fed up, felt good after that, and then booked a B&B where I'm at now, and just gassed it all the way to where we are now, which is Glaisdale. This was a long old stretch along the road, but flattish. Some issues with the feet here because it's just cobbly, but yeah, just straight route 1 into Glaisdale, and that's where I am now. Shout out the Arncliffe. Good place to stay. I had a nice shower, full English with multiple cereals. Just headed out now, day 9, last day, 19 miles, big smile on my face. I reckon there'll be a surprise in this last day. There's bound to be a hill or two. Shout out to Nobby actually. and his channel, because he's helped in terms of like gradients and stuff. So he's helpful in terms of understanding where hills are and things, and I believe there's one today at some point. There's a steep section, and it's consistent with what it says on my map. So anyway, that was a good stopover. Feeling refreshed, bit sore. Last day, who cares? 19 miles. Let's do this. Obstacle blocking the main course. What should we do? What should we do? Oh, we got this, we got this. Nailed it. Nailed. See you later, mate. See you later. Because it's the home stretch. I feel a bit like, woohoo! Just wanted to capture that on camera. Prices were very different back then, eh? Right, we're back on the moors again. That was a steep gradient, albeit on flat surface. That was 45 degrees at some point. Went through a nice little village, so from Glaisdale to Grossmont, nice little village, a couple of other villages, one other village in between, one other village. Nice little places. So batting on to a place called Littlebeck now. Might stop for a brew there. And then from there it's an 11-mile stretch to Robin Hood's Bay. Check out these utes. Yeah! No? It's giving me the stink eye. I think I will. Love to all from Simon. I've already been here. See you later. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. I can see North Sea. I just went wrong on that moor section back there, the final one. Shout out to Zeb, this Australian guy who had this app which helped us out of there. Really helpful, thank you, mate. I think it's important to get lost at least once a day just to kind of, keep the pattern going. So why am I doing this? Good question. My sister's not very well at the moment, and there are other reasons, but I could come up with, but really it's just, I don't want any of that. It's just more about a physical and mental challenge into the hiking, into the camping and stuff recently. So I thought, why not? I can do this, and just to get it done in 9 days as well. Was my aim. Shout out to everyone who's helped along the way. I'm just entering a village called Horska. I'm going to stop there for a beverage, and then it's about 3 or 4 miles to Robin Hood's Bay.
Yeah. I put my ruler down.
Do you reckon he's alive?
Not like he's moving much.
This is a video, so we can just...
All right. You got some water in the background as proof?
Proof, yeah. It's like, we're over there. Mate, thanks for helping me out earlier with the directional
No worries.
issues.
You'll get my invoice in the mail.
Will it be in Australian dollars?
Australian.
The exchange rate's crap. Close now. Made it. Beautiful though. I'm gonna chuck my stones. This one's for you boys. Underarm cheeky. There you go. Right there, mate. Right there. Ready?
Yeah, ready. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Seats at the front of the train. Coach C also has got back first class. This is clearly marked this for first class ticket holders only. Apologies, this afternoon we only have one working toilet on this service. That's just one